Okay, good evening, everybody. This is Will Leverage. I am the National Administrator of the Independent American Network, or IAN, and tonight is November the 11th, 2015, Veterans Day. First thing I want to do is give a huge shout out to all the veterans and active duty military. Thank you very much for everything that you do for us and for the country. Tonight we're going to start our new platform for the meeting, and it's essentially going to be um, the first half an hour. We're going to start at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern, and what we're going to do is the first 30 minutes is just going to be the meeting, and that's going to be from 9 to 9:30. Starting at 9:30 to 10, we're just going to conduct a little bit of training, and this is going to be the new format moving forward for our Wednesday meetings. And again, this meeting is same time, same place every Wednesday. And yes, it's open to all IAN members. So let's go ahead and get started. So yesterday, Mark Berline and we spent a lot of time making some changes and getting some work done. And so let me try to see if I can't find this. So those people that are not familiar with the Community Shield, here's the flyer for the Community Shield. I posted it on the main page. And essentially what it is it's a partnership between Houses of Worship and IAN. And what we've done is we've brought together our services along with the services and facilities of our local churches. Okay, so if you look here at the flyer, the Community Shield kind of it looks like it's a very nice combination of what the church can do and what IAN can do. If you look over here on the left, these are the things that churches need: members, food, clothing, and outreach programs. Well, it just so happens that IAN has members or has access to members, food, clothing, and, well, we have outreach programs. And we can bring all of these to the church. Now, it's not a one-sided thing, of course. The church also has a lot to offer. Facility to feed the community, facility to house supplies, facility to offer outreach programs, facility to do good work. Now, we covered this last Wednesday, but I wanted just to kind of go over it again, just in case someone didn't get a chance to watch it. And this is going to be the new foundation from which we're going to build our community-based programs. It's going to be starting at the county coordinator level, and we're going to start building the organization from the bottom up versus the top down. So I just wanted to go over this again and make sure that everybody had an opportunity to see that. And that's it. We're going to move on to our next topic of conversation. And the next topic of conversation is our new IAN brochure. This is something that I put together yesterday, and this is what we are going to be using to approach different organizations with. The front cover is a pretty simple. Has our new logo, our name, nonprofit emergency management organization, and yes, that's my wife and stepson here on the front cover. We did a photo shoot over the weekend, and this is one of the photos that we took at our headquarters. So that's kind of nice. On the very back, protecting our neighborhoods and homeless veterans one member at a time. And then at the bottom, it has the address. Over on the other side, this just gives people ideas of how they can help and some of the trainings and educational opportunities that we offer. If you scroll down, you're going to notice something. On the right here, notice how it doesn't say Veterans Guard. We are moving away from the name Veterans Guard. I know this is going to be a shock to a lot of you, but John Simon, or Frank, most people know him as Francis. He brought the Veterans Guard to us early on and wanted to integrate it into our organization. And I said, absolutely, let's do that. And he approached me last week, I believe it was, and he wanted to apply for some grants in the state of Texas. And so we were talking about that, and he asked me if I was going to register this as a trademark for IAN. And The answer is no, we're not. It was his baby first, and he brought it to us, and yes, we've embraced it and took it under our wing and kind of integrated it into Ian. But if he wants to take it and go in a different direction, I'm not going to stop him. Okay, the Veterans Guard was designed to do good work, and he'll continue to do good work if he's with Ian or not. Okay, so we needed to have a replacement program that does the same thing as the Veterans Guard, and this is called Vet Watch. The Vet Watch program is a nationwide outreach program that attacks the problem of homeless veterans in America. Your watch is over, you stand relieved, we are on duty now. So essentially, Vet Watch is us saying that homeless veterans, not on our watch. We're not going to allow this. We're going to attack the problem. So this is the new Vet Watch logo, and moving forward, this is the naming that we'll be using for that program. The Community Readiness Program, it's just a Community Readiness Program. This is kind of how the Community Readiness Program, again, this is something we touched on last week. It's the program where our members at the local level will take these flyers and hang these on the doors of people that are in their neighborhood or in their community, so they can get them to come out to the local churches and have the meetings, have trainings, get together, have grill outs, do all of the things that Ian was meant to do but never got started, because one of the biggest problems that we had is we're such a vast country, and yeah, we had well over 500 members, but we still had lots of people, lots of members that lived in very isolated areas or regions of the country, and they really didn't have access to other members. This attacks a lot of those problems. So the Community Readiness Program and the Community Shield Program, okay, the Community Shield up here, Community Readiness down here, these two programs work hand in hand. The Community Shield is working with the local churches so that we have a place to gather and meet and train and offer outreach programs like self-defense and clothing, food, those types of things. So between the Community Shield and the Community Readiness Program, these two programs right here are going to be the foundation for us moving forward. The IERP program, I think everyone is pretty familiar with that program, so I'm not going to beat that to death. Of course, then we mentioned the crisis management team. Again, everyone is pretty familiar with the organization that's on the call. So if you have questions about any of these programs, you're watching this for the first time, feel free to reach out to Mark Berline. He'll be more than happy to kind of go over everything with you. But this is what we dropped off at the Ohio Means Job Center yesterday, and that kind of segues me into the next topic of conversation. Yesterday, I spent a large part of the day working on developing this kickstart, I guess you could call it. And this right here is what we took to the Ohio Means Jobs, or the Workforce One. These are the folks that help people find jobs. This is unemployment, okay, here in Ohio. And so what we did is we took the flyer, we took this up, and with a business card, and we left it for the people. They're supposed to be getting back in touch with Mark and I. And this right here is kind of launching our sales team. Okay, these people will be paid individuals. They'll be commission only. These will be the first paid members or people that are on any of our teams that are actually going to receive any type of compensation. Those people that know salespeople or who have been in sales before understand that finding a good salesperson is rare. Somebody that can actually go out and get the job done and produce, it's rare. But if we find those people, we need to be able to compensate them because they don't do it for free, guys. And these people that we're going to be bringing in, they're not going to be regular members. They're going to be part of the Viper program. And for those that have never heard of the Viper program, it's our program that we bring in volunteers and earned interns, employees, and retired individuals that want to come in, and they may not necessarily be involved in emergency management or prepping, but they have a skill set that can help move our mission forward. And so we need to bring those people in and have them be part of our organization, not necessarily to get involved if there's an emergency, but to provide other type of services to help us meet our goals and our mission. So the first person is the national sales manager. This person is going to be reporting directly to Chris Strom. This individual will help with the training and the oversight here locally in the Cincinnati area. And then you'll notice there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 additional members of the sales team, national sales team. The account manager will develop their territory by soliciting local businesses with the proposition of allowing Ian to place donation boxes for financial contributions, donation barrels for food, clothing, etc., and magazine racks for our magazine. The account manager will be compensated 40% of the revenue generated from each account. Okay, so we're going to have 2 of these people, and essentially they're going to go out to retail businesses and say, hey, can we please put a donation box on your counter so people, when they buy something, they can drop the change in here. All right. So once a month, the account manager will go back to the store and they'll pick up that money and they will bring it to the office, and then the national sales manager will deposit that money into our account. And I know what everybody's thinking. Well, wait a minute. How do we know that this account manager isn't going to take the money and put it in his pocket? The store there will keep a log, and every time the account manager comes in to take the money out of the box, they can't do it without the store manager being there to document how much money was taken out. So we'll have checks and balances for all of these different positions, okay? So that's the account manager. Private telesales rep. The PTR is responsible for calling individuals on the phone and soliciting donations to support our efforts. So these people are going to be sitting at their house. These are going to be work at home type positions. So they will call just the average Joe at home and let them know what Ian does and ask them to support us with a financial contribution. Okay. So yeah, I'll bring David back in. Thanks, Mark. So let me do this. And again, just one moment, folks. I apologize, but we need to bring back in one of our participants. And if you've never been on the meeting, this is how we include you in the meeting. So, hopping back here. So that's the national sales manager, account manager, private telesales rep. The next one is the commercial telesales rep. The CTR is responsible for calling businesses on the phone and soliciting donations to support our efforts. They do the exact same thing, only these individuals need to have be a little more polished to handle commercial telesales. Then we have direct sales, private. The DSP will go door to door soliciting individuals for financial support of our mission. These folks don't even need a phone. All they need is the ability to knock on the door, hand them a flyer, and ask for financial assistance. Okay, and so again, there's going to be a little bit of a trust factor here with regards to how much money is going to be given versus how much money that's being brought in. And all of these people, again, are going to be getting a percentage of whatever it is that they sell. So direct sales commercial. The DSC will approach businesses with the intent of acquiring either financial support or item donation. So all of these individuals are kind of geared towards revenue generation to kind of help support what we're doing. The only person that is not going to be compensated is listed down here, and this is our Oracle. The Oracle manages the Crisis Information Center and takes all incoming calls. The Oracle will be trained how to use the tools necessary to manage incoming calls, including emergency calls and sending emergency alerts. So I think we've covered the Oracle position in detail in further training or past trainings or meetings, so I won't beat that to death either. So that's it for tonight, guys. That's all I really wanted to kind of go over. Just a really quick, informative type meeting. So everybody has that information now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute my mic, and but before I do, I want to ask is, does anybody have any questions? Who wants the floor? And you can type it over here in the chat box. For those people that's never been in one of our meetings, this is kind of how we do it. Only one person talks at a time. If you want the floor, what you would do is you would type it in over here in the chat menu or window, and then I would give you the floor. I would mute my mic, and then you would have the floor until you decided to give it up. So before we go on, yes, this is being recorded as I talk. So um, anybody have any questions before we move from the meeting phase into the training phase? Okay, good deal. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hop right into the training. So now once I bring this up, guys, I will not be able to see your comments. So if you need me, go ahead and unmute your mic and let me know, and I can minimize the window. So we're going to move from the meeting to the training. And tonight's training is going to be on Microsoft 365. This is our new home. And, as we scroll across the different tiles here, when you first log in, typically, unless you have the link set to go directly to Yammer, you're going to end up here. Okay? So these tiles all have a particular purpose. Mail is pretty simple. This takes you to your mail. Now, this is not the mail that we use, okay? Just so everybody knows. This is Microsoft Outlook. Everybody, we use Gmail, okay, for our official, and we use the Gmail calendar. So clicking on that will get you to your unofficial mail. I would recommend just not using it because we don't use it. It's just not. So let's go back to, so let me back out of this. It was not wanting to play nice, so. Okay, so let's go back. So you click on mail, it takes you to mail that we really don't use, okay? Calendar is the same thing. This isn't the calendar that we use. People, you can kind of play with it if you want to. Yammer, so these first three right here we really don't use very much, or these two at all, okay? Yammer is the very first tile that we really use a lot, that we use every single day. And so this is where we come to talk, to chat, to have a good time, to enjoy each other's company, to really develop and build relationships. This is our Facebook, okay? One of the reasons why I decided to take Office 365 or Microsoft was because it had this feature, and it's just as good, if not better. I personally think it's better for several reasons, better than Facebook. One, I can't get deleted because I make a post on here that might upset a Republican or a Democrat or an atheist. I don't have to worry about this. This is our home. We decide the rules and how things go, not some other entity. So this is our home. This is where we live online. So Yammer is the primary page, and if you look over here, there's the different teams and then the different regions and the different departments. So depending on where you live, if you're a part of a team, you'll have access to these different pages here. So when you first come on, you want to come on the Yammer and you want to introduce yourself. Try to always come here to the Ian main page because everybody should be members of the Ian main page. This is where the primary conversations take place. If there's an important notice, this is where it's going to occur. And you can also use this for training purposes also. So for instance, we can have a poll or a test question. So if we come up here, so all I did is I hit poll and ask a question. Who is the best in Ian? And answer A would be Will. B would be Will. C would be Will. and D would be Will. Okay, and so you can use this to post, and you can take polls or whatever. But this is just a cute little way to do things like that. And you can upload a file, select a note on Yammer, so on and so forth. But I don't want to post this on the page, so we're not going to do that. So this is Yammer. This is where we come. This is our Facebook. Okay. You can also, down here at the bottom, you can come up here and you can send a message to anyone else within the organization. Just choose them, or you can search. Like if I wanted to search for my wife Terry, there she is. Okay, so if you hover over her, you'll get a lot of information, send message, follow, so on and so forth. So it's very, very user friendly, and it's very similar to Facebook, so it should be easy enough for everyone. So now, from Yammer, if I want to get back to 365, I come over here and hit the Office 365, and yes, we want to go and leave this page, and it brings me back to the tiles. So again, mail and calendar, we don't use. People you can play around with if you'd like. Yammer, that's our main page. This is our home. Okay. Newsfeed, we really don't mess with. OneDrive, I'll come back to because that has, well, I guess I can go and hit it now. Okay, so OneDrive is part of our Virtual Training Academy, and we'll go through the Virtual Training Academy real soon. So this, when you sign up for a class, this is where you would come to get access to the ebook. This is where we would upload all of the ebooks for you to study or use during your training. Okay, so, and to get back, again, you just come up here, hit the little red square, or Office 365. Now, from here, if I just wanted to jump around, I could go from this to right to Yammer. Okay, so if you want to go back to the tiles, Office 365, if you want to choose a particular tile, you can do it from this screen. Now, I want to hop back to Office 365 so I can take a look at all my tiles at the same time. Okay, now, sites. This is one that we'll be using a lot also. So if I click on sites, it's going to give me a list of different pages. Okay, so I created all of these pages myself, and if you look, there are a lot of them. Okay, the only ones that most Ian members will have to worry about is the Ian member page. Okay, so you click on the Ian member page and it brings it up. This is the central page for all Ian members. Every Ian member will have access to this page, and this page is going to give you, this is where you come to get information. If I want to know, what type of events are coming up, or if I want to know what type of projects we have going on. So here, if I can look on this timeline and go, oh look, the Virtual Training Academy. Oops, let me get off of that for a minute. There. So if I want to know what kind of projects are in the works, I can come here and I can see when they're, when we have the deadlines. Okay, so that kind of gives us an idea of what kind of projects. If I want to know what kind of training is coming up or what's going on, I can also click on the calendar. I can see here that, oh look, we have senior leadership meetings. Of course, they're not senior leadership meetings anymore. We're just having our regular Ian Wednesday night meeting. Okay. Okay. So I'll slow down a little bit and give my screens time to catch up. I apologize. I was just notified that I'm way ahead of my screen. So let me slow down. I have a tendency to go fast. So most people are not aware of this, but I am the fastest land mammal in North America. So let me slow down, let everybody catch up. So this is where you come to check on the different events, okay? And so now I want to hop back to home. And it brings me right back to my project summary. And you can also leave notes down here if you want to. You can upload files. Really don't want to upload files here. I would prefer, if you have a file that you want to share with everyone, that you do that on the main page. Okay. And I guess we can hop over there and take a look. So look. So let's say I'm here and I want to jump to the main page to check out files. Again, I click the red box I go to Yammer. That's our home. I click on Yammer, and it brings me right back to the main page. And so if I want to check to see if a file is uploaded, I simply come here to the files. There's 25 plus, and you can see here Steve Chin, James Hart, Mark Berline, Rowe. A lot of people have uploaded a lot of different files. And so this is open to everyone. So I'm in this screen on the main page, and let's say I want to hop back over to the page that we were on before. I just come here, I go to Sites, I go to the Ian member page. Of course, let me slow down, make sure everybody catches up. From the Ian member page, it brings me right back here. Okay, so from here again, you can look at the projects, you can check on the calendar, you can check on tasks. If somebody set up a particular task for the group, you can come here and check that out. Quiz results, we're not really going to mess with that. Come down here to site contents. So let's say I want to, let's say I'm a specialist in something, and I want to schedule. Okay, so let's say that I want to schedule a training. I want to teach something. I want to be an instructor. Before you do that, check with James Hart. Okay, that's his role. So before you post anything or get involved with uploading stuff in here, please check with James Hart and make sure that he's okay with it. And gang, hold on one moment with me while I plug my laptop in, because if it dies, well, I'll not be happy. Okay, so I'm now connected to the power grid, so now we can continue with the training. Okay, so this is the Ian member page. So from here, I want to go to Site Contents, and I want to go to Training Management. Don't worry about the rest of the stuff on this screen. And when you come here, you can kind of play around with it and kind of see what each of these links do. If I want to schedule training, I would put here start date, department, description, and then enroll me. And if we back up, register, and give you just a moment to catch up. And my trainings, there are no items to display. Give everyone screen time to check up or catch up, and I will back up. And then instructor administration, and here you'll see where, and this wasn't an actual training. I was just doing this because I was learning how to set everything up. So this here, if you came here, you can see, oh, there's a firearms training that's scheduled for 10/24 at noon. Okay, and descriptions, okay, safely learn to use a firearm. Well, let's say that I wanted to take this. What I would do is after I registered, I would want to come back to the home, back to sites. Well, I guess there's, okay. So I would come here and I would want to go to calendar. And I believe that was, the training was in October, right? I'll give everybody a second to kind of catch up. Okay, so we'll come over here and we'll come to October. And down here you'll notice this is the date that we had listed, the 24th. And come on, of course the timing is wrong, so that will need to be corrected. And so if you click on it, it'll bring up the title, location, and the location is typically going to be conference call, which kind of like what we're doing right now. The instructor would be going along everybody would be had their mics muted, and they would be following the instructor along as they were teaching. Okay, and then of course it would have the description, the category, all-day event, resources, etc., etc. It would also tell you in here what type of ebook you would have. Um, it would tell you what time, if it was going to be a conference call, if it was going to be a video conference, or it may be something where you're going to be having marksmanship shooting. It would be on location somewhere, and that address, of course, would be listed. All right. So now, if it had a video, let's say I'm an instructor and I want to teach this class, so I would upload the ebook. Okay, I would put this in the system, and then I would also upload a video. If you see that there's a video here that's required, what you would do is you want to go to the video classroom. To do that, again, you'll come up here in the left-hand corner, and you'll come down to video. Okay, hopefully everybody's caught up. You'll select the video. All right, you'll go straight from the video to channels. Okay, this is our Virtual Training Academy video, kind of video central. This is where you're going to upload all your different videos where you're going to be able to watch. Now, they're all color-coded. The green, okay, so this right here, Ian 101 Classroom, if it's green, everybody has access to it. Okay, Ian 101 Classroom. Okay, so the Ian 101 Classroom, this is where we're going to upload this particular video that we're recording right now. This video will kind of give everybody an idea of how to use our new home, the Microsoft 365, okay? So, and I was just told that everybody's kind of caught up. The video looks better now, so good. So let's go back to channels. So if it's green, okay, let's say I want to learn how to use Microsoft 365 and I want to kind of get it. So I would come here and I would find this video here. If you want to upload a video, you would come to the upload video link here and then upload your video. Again, let's hop back here. We can go meeting classrooms. Let's say that you missed out on a video. You missed out on one of the Wednesday training/meetings. You can come here to the meeting classroom, and here are all of the meetings, okay, that we've had, and the naming is, of course, you can't see that one, but this one is Ian Restructured 11/7/2015. So it'll have the name of the video along with the date in which it was recorded. Okay. So that is, now that's green. Blue would be for particular departments or teams or project managers. So if I was a member of the CERT team and I was told to go to the CERT team classroom and watch this video on land navigation, I would come here. Well, here, let's practice. So I'm here, okay? I'm at the main screen. Right. So Mark is saying that, just to remind everybody, that it does take a while. It does take a while to upload videos to this thing. It's not a quick process at all. It's a pain in the butt. But once it gets uploaded, it's very nice to use. So so I'm here, and I was told that I needed to watch a video, okay, for the upcoming class. So the first thing that I want to do is come video. Once this loads, I'm going to go to channels. Okay, I'm a member of the CERT team, so I need to watch the land navigation video. I would come to CERT classroom, and it would list all the different videos, and all I would go is to the land navigation video, click on it, watch the video. Okay, and it's pretty simple. It's pretty user friendly also, gang. So I don't think anybody's going to have a real tough time using it. So let's go back to the Office 365. Okay, so if I want to go home, remember, I go to Yammer. if I want to go and see what what's going on with Ian, what's get a kind of a general update. What projects are we working on? What kind of deadlines? What kind of training is available? Anything like that. Again, I come up here to the left. I want to go to Sites. I come down to Sites, click it. I go to Ian member page. Hopefully everybody's caught up. Click on Ian member page, and I'm here. If I want to check on training, I go to Site Contents and Training Management. If I want to check to see what's going on with the updates or when we're going to have a training or a meeting or something, I come here to the calendar. And so this is supposed to be user friendly. I can kind of hop back in between pages pretty quickly because I know where everything is. Really don't. If you want to use Sway, you can play with this kind of. It's a fun little tool. Again, Microsoft Word online. Everybody has an online license. You're authorized to use it. Excel, you're authorized to use it. I don't think that you folks have access to this panel, and I know the majority of you don't have access to this panel. If you do have access to these two panels, I need to know about it as soon as possible. Okay. Again, OneNote, Sites, and let's see, video. So as far as our virtual training academy, it's really comprised of three of these panels: the video, the sites, and then the OneNote. Okay. So, and then again, of course, you would want to go to the sites to check out the Ian member site to find out, and then of course down here to Site Contents and Training Management to find out what training is available. I want to come here to the calendar to find out, more about the specifics of what I need. Okay, do I have a manual? Do I need to watch a video? Do I need to download the manual? That kind of thing. So that's there, and then from here I can jump right on over to the video. Okay, and channels, and see which video I want to watch or that I need to watch. And then I guess the final aspect of the actual training is kind of what we're doing now. If I minimize this, this is what, when you log on to Skype for Business, this is what it's going to look like. Okay, so if I was Michael or Mark or David and I'm on this call, if you look up here, you'll notice they're muted. Okay, and if they want to have the floor down here, they would say, hey, Will, may I have the floor? Okay, and then it populates here. And feel free to have discussions, with other students during the training or during the meeting or something. That's perfectly okay as long as you're not interrupting the instructor or whoever is managing the meeting. So that is the quick and dirty. Let me hop back here to make sure that I didn't forget anything. So just to kind of recap, mail, calendar, we don't use this. We use Google, Gmail, okay, for mail and calendar. We also use the calendar on the member site to keep track of everything. So these two here don't use. You can play around with this if you want. You can play around with the news feed if you want. The OneDrive, the sites, and the video all are part of the Virtual Training Academy. You're going to go to Sites and Ian member page to find out what's going on in the scheduled training and to see what the training is about. You're going to go to the, not OneNote, it's the OneDrive. You're going to go to the OneDrive to download any type of manuals. All right, and then you're going to go to the video to watch any type of video that's part of that particular class. So again, channels, go to whichever. Oh, and of course, Red Virtual Training Academy. The Red is open to everybody else. Also, this is going to be special videos on how to use the Virtual Training Academy. Oops, let me go back to the channels. Okay, so if it's green or red, it's open to everybody. Community is black. Community, so I guess community, so black, red, and green are open to everybody. Community, you can just upload videos of particular training. You can, if you found something that's kind of funny, doesn't even have to be emergency related. Okay, it can be anything, just a funny video. This is right here is for for entertainment. Okay, and it's open to everybody. So black, red, and green open to everybody. Black is for fun. Red is for the Virtual Training Academy, just to teach people how to use it. The green is open to everyone, and it's for just individual trainings. The blue is not, okay? If I'm not a member of the CERT, I don't get access to this. If I'm not a member of the sales and marketing team, I don't get access to this. If I'm not on the state leadership team, I don't get access to this, okay? So blue is restricted. Green, red, and black is open to everybody, although each of them have their different purposes. Again, black is for fun. Red is to learn how to use the Virtual Training Academy, and green is for just and for the green, you don't have to be on the national training team. You just have to get authorization from James Hart to create a classroom and then upload videos about it. So I teach mixed martial arts, and if I wanted to upload some mixed martial arts or some self-defense training, I would go to George Hart. So I would go to George and say, hey, I'd go to James Hart. I'd say, hey, James, listen, I would like to upload some self-defense videos. Is that okay? James would give me authorization, and you would come here and you would click on new channel, let's say, and then keep in mind this is going to be open to everybody, so it's going to be green, okay? And I would put self-defense classroom, and then I would hit create, and then it brings you right here. Oh, by the way, I probably should have done that because this also takes a minute to set up. This isn't click and it's instantaneous. It takes a moment. So all of these classrooms that I've already set up, keep in mind the amount of time that I just had to spend just to set up the classroom. Okay, so now it's ready. Now I can come here, upload videos, and do that. So, okay, back to the channels. So now here it is, self-defense classroom. Now I'm able to upload videos, and everybody will have access to this. So that, let me see. So we covered mail, calendar, people, Yammer, newsfeed, OneDrive, sites, OneNote, PowerPoint, Delve. Delve is another one you can play with if you like. It's not that big of a deal. Tasks, we don't use a task here, but if for some reason you feel like you want to use it for you and your team, feel free. Sway is another one you can kind of play with. It's kind of a fun thing to do. But that's pretty much it. This is our new home, gang. And of course, Yammer is where we'll spend probably most of our time. So now that that's done, I will minimize this and see if anybody has any questions. The floor is open. Does anybody have any questions, comments, criticisms before we call it a night? That's all I have for the training segment tonight. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Hey, Will.
Yes.
Hey, I just put on in the questions. How about if we send videos, the training videos, to James first, and then he can go ahead and okay it and put it up on his site?
Okay, so the question is, would it be okay to send the videos to James first and have him upload them to the site? I don't have a problem with that, but James, depending on and it's probably not going to be a big deal right now because right now we're just starting all over. But, once we have 100, 200, 300 people, and James is one person and he's going to be getting, 10, 15, 20 requests a day, that's probably not going to be feasible to do on a larger scale. But I see where you're coming from. James and his team, however, will have the ability to access all classrooms and all videos. So if you upload a video and it's a video that is unprofessional, obviously James will take it down and you'll get a warning. But I'm sure that shouldn't be a problem. Anybody else have any questions or concerns about what we covered tonight from the meeting or the training? Okay. All right, gang. Well, then I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Again, I want to give a huge thank you to all the veterans that put their life on the line to make sure that me and my family can sleep tonight. If there's anything that anybody needs, feel free to get back in touch with me. I'll go ahead and start compiling this video tonight. Of course, it won't be available until sometime tomorrow, probably when I get home from work. So thanks again for everybody. Have a great night, and God bless.